The success of an estate sale is often determined before the doors ever open, not by luck, weather, or foot traffic, but by pricing. Professional estate liquidation is not about gambling and hoping the right buyer eventually appears. It's about building a strategy that serves both the family and the realities of the marketplace from the very beginning. When a company is hired to manage an estate, the responsibility is clear: raise funds for the family and empty the house within a defined window of time. Achieving both goals simultaneously requires discipline, market awareness, and the willingness to price items for movement rather than speculation. The myth of holding out. One of the most common misunderstandings surrounding estate sales is the belief that higher prices automatically produce higher return. In practice, holding out for top dollar pricing can work against the very outcome families are hoping for. Online marketplaces such as eBay expose an item to millions of potential buyers. An estate sale operates within a dramatically smaller pool, often a few hundred to 1,000 serious shoppers over the course of a weekend. These are not comparable markets. Attempting to replicate online pricing inside a 3-day liquidation environment ignores one critical factor: time. Most estate sales follow a structured markdown schedule. By the second day, prices are frequently reduced by 25%. By the final day, many items are discounted by 50% or more. Items that began overpriced often chase the market downward, sometimes landing well below what they could have achieved with thoughtful first-day pricing. Overpricing does not protect value, it postpones the sale. Understanding the day one buyer. Experienced liquidators recognize that the strongest buyers arrive early, often before sunrise. These shoppers are informed, decisive, and prepared to purchase quality pieces immediately. They are not casual browsers. They understand vintage and antiques. They recognize what's trending in the resale market, and they know when something is fairly priced. When an item is positioned correctly from the start, it sells to the buyer most willing to pay for it. When it is priced too high, that buyer walks away and rarely returns. By the time markdowns begin, the most motivated segment of the market has already moved on. This is why many of the best items in a professionally managed estate sale sell within the first hours of opening day. That outcome is not accidental, it reflects deliberate planning. Pricing is a professional discipline. Effective estate pricing requires more than pulling comparable listings from the internet. It demands an understanding of regional demand, buyer psychology, household volume, and the logistical cost of unsold inventory. Every item that remains after a sale must still be managed, donated, removed, stored, or otherwise processed. The longer objects linger, the more they erode both financial and operational efficiency. Pricing to sell is not about the undervaluing possessions. It's about aligning price with the environment in which the item is being offered. An estate sale is not an auction platform with unlimited time. It is a structured liquidation event designed to convert a lifetime of belongings into usable funds within days, not months. Families benefit most when this reality guides the strategy. Meeting the market with intention. Professional liquidation is, at its core, an exercise in decision making. Each price communicates a position. Are we testing the market or are we meeting it? Companies that rely on hope often find themselves negotiating against the clock by the final day. Companies that price with intention create momentum immediately, attracting serious buyers, generating early revenue, and reducing the downstream burden placed on the family. Strategy to sell. This is one of the clearest markers separating experienced estate firms from those still learning the discipline of the field. what sets professional firms apart. An estate sale is not a retail environment. In many respects, it functions more like a wholesale marketplace where pricing reflects immediacy, volume, and the finite timeline of liquidation rather than the slower margins of a traditional retail. When the best pieces sell on the first day, it's not a sign that money was left on the table. More often, it signals that the market was accurately read and successfully engaged. The house begins to clear, funds begin to build, stress begins to lift for the family. Great results are not accidental, they are planned, and in estate liquidation, pricing is the plan.